Hello guys, now this tutorial is about the PHP dir magic constant. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you when we use this, how we use this, and it's a very, and just like it says, magic. It's going to work like magic. Okay, now we're used to using this to include a file in our in another file. Okay, now before I move on, the prerequisite for this tutorial is you're a PHP, you know how to use PHP and you understand the basic. Okay, now that's the prerequisite for this tutorial. Now this is a magic constant that helps you to do something in another way that somehow the previous way might seem difficult. Now this is the way we have been using to include then the name of the file with the extension you're including, so that file will automatically be available in this file. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this soon. Now the PHP dir constant was introduced with PHP 5.3. okay, so when you reference this PHP dir magic constant, okay, inside the file, what it does is it returns the directory of the file. Are you with me now? So if I am doing something like this, okay, are you with me now? Or I'm trying to say to echo this dir, for instance. Okay, so this will echo or will display the directory of the current file. Okay, now note it doesn't include a trailing slash. Okay, now when you use the dir inside an include, the dir returns the directory of the included file. Okay, now technically speaking, the dir is it's like this PHP function some of us know, the dir name file. Okay, but using this one is more concise than using this. Are you with me, guys? So I'm going to be showing you an example that would help you to understand how to use this PHP dir magic constant, okay, as regards using the regular include, which you will see soon. Now let's head towards to our web root folder, your XAMPP, for those that are using XAMPP, your htdocs, and follow me as I create some folders to explain the dir magic constant. Now I'm going to create a folder or a directory called web. Believe me now. So this is more or less like the root directory where my files will stay. So this is like the parent directory. Now in this parent directory, I've opened it, guys. Look at the path here: XAMPP, htdocs, and web. In this directory, I want to create a child, a subdirectory, which I'm going to call include or inc. This is a directory, okay, and this is the only directory I'm going to be including. But inside this directory, guys, if I open this directory again, which is inside the parent web directory, this subdirectory inc is going to include another child or children, which this time around won't be a directory but will be a file. Okay, two files will be inside here, which I'm going to name footer.php and header.php. So let's simulate this to see how we create web folders that we use to create our website. Now I'm going to open this in in an editor, and I will be using the Sublime Text. Okay, so for me to get this opened in my Sublime Text, I would I'm going to minimize this. I've created the folders already, but I don't want to create the text. I can as well, inside this ink folder, create my text file here. Just say new, then instead of folder, I'm going to use text document. This can also do the work, but I prefer to create the file from my text editor instead of using this. Okay, let me show you guys. New, instead of folder, you say text document, and I call it what? header.php. Guys, look at it here. Okay, I don't like using this method. In my opinion, I don't like using it. Okay, so now, but I'm going to leave it, and I will delete it and put it from my text editor or my development environment, which is an IDE, integrated development environment. Now, most people use Notepad, okay, but that's just the basic, and Notepad has its limits. But when you are using a standard editor, it helps you highlight codes and make it easier. Okay, so going to my Sublime Text, if you open it for the first time, you might not see any pin inside. Okay, so these are the projects I've been working on. So you can see 3 XAMPP, opened. Or from any of them, just go to File and click on Open Folder. Okay, like I said, once again, in your case, you might not see anything. You might just be opening your XAMPP, or let me do it. Search for XAMPP for those that XAMPP for Sublime Text. Okay, guys, look at it, and I click on it. So irrespective of the one I've opened, so this is another method. Just open it directly. Maybe this is better. So here I'm going to go to File. I'm going to open Folder, and I'm going to, wherever you see, just go back. This is my XAMPP folders server environment, which is htdocs, and these are the web root folders that I've created. So the one I just created now is web, so I'm going to look for web, and I'm going to click on web. I'm going to select folder. Guys, can you see this now? I have web, which is the root folder, and I have the subfolder ink. And guys, can you see the header PHP text? Well, this is how I perceive this. You can see it's having the text.txt extension here. That's why I feel like I don't want to use it there. But I can right click and rename. Okay, when I rename, then I can clean this txt here. It should be header.php. Now it's a proper PHP file now. So guys, one more thing, in the include, I need to add one more file, which is going to be, and this is where I add my file. Once I let me close this. Once I right click on the folder name, guys, look at it. I'm not right clicking on web. I'm right clicking on web, and that means I'm creating another folder or another subfolder inside the parent web directory. But I want to create it inside the ink directory, okay, which is the second folder. So I'm going to right click on the second folder, and I'm going to click on new file. In this case now, my new file is opened here as untitled, so I can now go to my file on the file menu and click on save or save as. Okay, let me use save as, then I type in the name of the file here. Guys, look at the one I created earlier, header. So I'm creating another brother to this guy or sister, whatever you call it. So I'm going to call it footer.php. okay, guys, that is it now. You'll notice that these 2 files are inside the ink directory. If you look, you can see the arrow pointing down. If I click on this, you can see it's hiding it now. You see now. So meaning these are the 2 folders I'm having here. The ink, which is directly inside the web directory. Now in this web directory now, I want to create a file. So that means in total in the web directory, which is this parent, we're going to be having a folder called ink and a separate file too in this same web folder called index, not inside the ink. Guys, take note of this. This is directly inside ink, but the text I want to create now is inside the web directory. So I'm going to click on new by right clicking on the web, not right clicking. You are not right clicking on the ink, no, you are right clicking on web and you are creating a new file, which I'm going to click on file and save as, or I use my method. Guys, follow the first one that I told you by just coming here and clicking on save as. Okay, you're not confused, and I click on, I type index.php. Guys, can you see that now? Index.php. I click on save. Okay, now this is it. I'm done with the, sorry guys, with my setup. Now inside all this, the index, I'm going to be writing some code here now, but I want to move straight to the header, which is inside the include. The header, I'm going to be adding some boilerplate, okay, of which you can decide to use. I think there's Emmet here, so if I type my exclamation mark here and I press my tab key, oh sorry, that works in VS Code, I think, but that's not here. What I need to do here is, I think I need to put my HTML. What's going on here? Oh sorry guys, my bad. This is, I'm inside the PHP, not in the HTML. If I had saved it .html, guys, you would have seen the boilerplate there. Let me just show you that quickly. I'm going to right click in the ink folder too, create a new file, and I call it, let me just put it, save it as, I'm pressing Ctrl S guys. I'm going to just save it as sample.html. I'm not using this, but I want to use it to show you. I want to show you something with this. So guys, this is HTML. Take note, there are two different files. This is a PHP file, this is an HTML file. Okay, this is PHP. In this HTML, the Emmet there is not working, but this is HTML, guys. Did you see what happened just now? I'm going to delete it, Ctrl A, and delete. So I was trying to use the Emmet here, which is the exclamation and my tab key. It ought to give me a boilerplate, but I think that works in the VS Code here. This is another code editor you can use for your programming. So I'm not using VS Code to illustrate this. I'm using what do you call it, Sublime Text. So you can go to Google and download it for those that don't know. So this Emmet's logic is not working here. So but what I can do is to type my HTML, and once you're done, just press your tab key. It will automatically what, give you this boilerplate. You read me guys? So I can copy this now, because you notice in my header.php guys, I'm typing HTML and I'm pressing tab key. Are you seeing anything is not working? Because that's a PHP file. So I could just copy this here, Ctrl A to C, and I'm pasting it in my header.php here. Okay, now that's that. I have the boilerplate here with my HTML head body. Okay, so I'm going to delete this two ending tag here for body and HTML. This is what is closing the opening HTML and the open body tag. It must have a closing tag. There are some open-ended tags, and we have tags that must be closed. So if I open the head tag, you can see the slash here, which is the close of this. You can see meta, it's an open-ended tag, you don't need to close it. So I'm writing meta here twice. Title header must be closed. So this is where I put my title. So guys, in this title here, I'm going to just type a text here. I'm going to put PHP. So this is the title. This is what shows at the top of your browser. Let's look at this. If I put my cursor here, can you see this here? Laravel if I put my cursor, that is what I typed in the title of this project that you see on the screen here. So that's where you see the effect of the title. It's always on every website or every software you are using. Okay, so going back here, guys, I'm going to put this title. I put my underscore. Guys, this is not any logic or stuff. This is just a normal text, writing normal text. Okay, so I'm just putting this to illustrate to tell you guys that we are working on PHP DIR demo. Use the word. I'm demonstrating this for you. So this is what we show on the browser when we finally check. Okay, so this is not any logic. I'm going to teach you how to use the dir to get the directory of the file, of the current file you are referencing, and which we can use that logic to include a file inside our current file. Okay, so what I was telling you is I'm going to move this closing body tag in. I'm going to cut it, Ctrl X by right click and cut, guys. So where is this going to be now? I'm going to save Ctrl S. Now this is not complete, right? This is the header. Now let me clearly explain header for you. When you look at header now, the header is the part of the web that runs first. You know, it's more or less like running from top to bottom. Okay, so the header contains the title of your text. It contains some other meta tags that would help to explain your website on Google search and the rest. Okay, so that's where this header keeps all this. So then inside this body, let me bring out this. Now this body here, this opening body and closing body, is where you would write in the body of the website that will show. So inside this body, anything within these two tags here, this body and close body here, is what will show on this. That's why you are seeing it there, the visible part of the website. But this header part is more or less not visible aside the title that you will see at the top of the browser window, or anything that you want to see on the body. So more or less, like, I can term this as the body. All these things from the up here to the end here, they are the body of the website. Okay, they are the body. Now guys, I'm gonna move this HTML closing. Now this is not doing anything. This is just telling me that this is my starting point and this is my ending point. But I'm going to put the ending point and the body ending inside my footer. Inside my footer. So I'm going to paste it here, guys. Okay, I'm going to paste it in my footer. Now the question is, I'm only going to load a single file, which is the index. When I'm going to my browser, this is what I need to load. Now, how come? What is now the instance of this header? When I'm not going to load it, I'm not going to directly load it in my browser. You with me now? So for those that know, when you get to a website, the first page that loads automatically, that the web server looks for, is the index file, whether index.php or index.html. That's what we're going to be looked for. Okay, are you now using the htaccess file? It's going to look for index. Now, but the question is that I need this thing. I'm trying to separate my file to make my code as clean as possible, so that everything will not just be modeled up inside one single file. And when I'm to look for something, I have to start looking down long code. But once I separate the file, I segment it. It's very easy. All I need to do is this header file is meant to be in this index. Let's look at this thing here. Let me cut it. Control A, Control X. Normally, guys, let me be more precise here. I'm going to paste it here. This is how my in my index. This is how this thing normally should be. So if you are developing like this, no problems. All you need to do is just keep adding your code here, start adding your leaves and the rest, and you're good to go. But the question is, by the time you are done writing long codes, they're so long that you don't even know where one thing is and where the other thing is. So we are now encouraged as a developer to use the power of include to bring things inside a master file, like this index, which is the master here. So for instance, now this header that I got the header here, from here to this place is the header where the body starts. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? It is anything inside the body that will start showing to the viewers. So meaning from this top here to this body here, I call it header. Am I right? Are you with me now? Header or head, just like the tag is showing here, head. Okay, but I can just decide to call it header. So I'm highlighting it and I'm cutting it to X, and I'm pasting it in what is called another file called header. And the question now is, I've cut it from here. If I load my browser, nothing will show because there's no header here, okay, in this file. So what I need to do normally is to use what we call the include to include the header, or we use another function called require. There's a difference between the include and the require, okay, but they do almost the same function. They will include the file. It's just that one is requiring it. It's very important. It needs to be in the included in the file in which you're including. Otherwise, there's going to be an error displayed because that file is required. Like, it's a very important file that if it's not going to work. For instance, now the authentication, you need to log in for something to work, and if that person is not logging in, or that login file is not included, then the program cannot move further. It will stop at that point. But with include, it won't say it as required, as very important. It will still go ahead and run the file from top to bottom, okay, because it is run sequentially, just like this, line by line. Are you with me? So in this case now, for this header here to be in this index file, that is going to be the master file, I need to do what? I need to include my PHP tag here. Guys, I'm sure you know this. This is the PHP opening and closing tag. So here, this function, I can write this function called require. With me, guys, require, and I have this. And guys, look at it. Look at the position. This is index. That is inside my web. This is ink inside the web. Now, meaning I need to do what? I need to first of all go to this ink folder before I pick my header. Are you with me now? So that means I need to first of all reference ink folder, which is this. Then finally I use my slash. Then I say what? Header.php. Guys, are you seeing this now? So I've been able to include that file here. Are you with me now, guys? Okay, good. That is for the header. So I can put the comments and here to say what header. So this is comment, guys. You know this already. It's not going to be interpreted in the browser as anything. It's just for you, for people that are reading your code. Now this is the header part. Now coming down, I need to put an h1 tag. Okay, and I'm going to call this just home. Okay, after this I'm going to put another line, a p tag. So when I put in this p, I'm going to write in the PHP tag here. Because I want to put the PHP function echo. Okay, so I'm going to say echo Then guys, I want to echo this constant, this magic constant here. Here I have magic constant. And let me see what would the browser would show me, what the dir would show me. Okay, so guys, finally these two tags here, body, I could leave it here like this, no problem, but because our intention is to segment our file to make it as simple as possible, I'm going to cut it away from here and put it in my footer. Like that. Now this is here now, it's no longer inside index. How do I bring it here, guys? I know you're going to tell me what to do. So guys, what do? You now have to open my PHP tag, otherwise it won't read any function that I'm writing. So I'm writing what? The require, then the include. This is also inside this include folder or footer. I'm going to say footer.php. Guys, are you there? All together? Okay guys, sorry. Sorry guys for that break. Back to my web. So guys, I've been able to include this now. So can we get to our browser and see what happens? So that means on my browser I need to go to my browser. Guys, look at how we access our browser here. We use the localhost, and you click on localhost. Sorry guys. You click on localhost and you put in the web root folder. I use web. When I press enter, oh my god, guys, can you see this? Can you see this? So that means my code is working. Let me show you. Let me minimize it here so you see what we've done here. Guys, can you see this? This include require header has helped me to require the title and whatever is in the header area here. And where is it, guys? I told you that when you put your cursor here, you're going to see the name. Can you see it? PHP dir demo. Very good. Now, where is this home coming from? That is the h1 tag which I've created here, h1. Can you see this guy? Now, where is this echo dir coming from? Now guys, can you see my index? This is my index. Now I'm telling the dir to help me to fetch where this index file is located. So it's telling me that this index file is located in my C drive, XAMPP, htdocs, my web folder. It is when you now enter this web directory that you now see my index file and also my inc directory. Yes, can you see that now? This is checking to see, to echo what this dir means. So dir means tell me the directory that I'm currently at. Okay, so you're going to be using this a lot, and I won't make this video long. So I think in the other video I would be showing you how to use it in an advanced web project that will make you understand the importance of this dir directory. Now guys, look at this footer here. I'm going to put something here. I'm going to echo something here. Okay, so that means I have to open my PHP. I do what? I say echo. Guys, I have to echo the same directory to see, let it tell me the directory where this footer is. Okay, so I'm going to say echo. Now how do you do this, guys? You put your underscore twice, 1, 2, then your dir. Okay, and that's all. Now echoing this, guys, now you have to understand this. I'm including this footer inside here. Okay, so this footer along is bringing everything here in this index file for me. At the same time, it has already rendered this in the footer. So this is more or less like it's interpreting it. If it's interpreted, it is telling you that you are inside. It is telling you that you are inside. What do you call it, guys? It's telling you that you are inside XAMPP. Telling you that you are inside XAMPP. You are inside C. Then you have this. Then you have XAMPP. Then you have slash /ht docs, you have slash web, and you have slash ink. Guys, before we go to the browser to see it, when this footer is being run on its own before being carried into this, it's going to break this down, interpret this. First of all, echo it. Now echoing this directory, telling you which directory am I. Footer is asking the web server, let me know the directory I'm currently at. So it's telling you that you are in your root, whatever XAMPP folder you come down to the web, then you now go to ink before you see the footer. Unlike the index, guys, look at the index. I'm telling you to echo my directory. Guys, is index inside ink? No, index is directly inside web, so you don't need to go to an extra folder before you get index. But for ink, you have to, from web, first of all go to ink before you now see footer or header. So that's why this would interpret as this on the browser. So let me delete this and let's head over to the browser, see what we have there. So I'm going to refresh. Oh guys, I'm not seeing anything. What could be the problem? Let's check. So I'm echoing this, guys. Let me check my index. Have I required the index? Yes. So what could be the problem? I think I'm not saved. Let me save. Let me save, guys, and let me refresh. Guys, I can see my second function. Could be the problem. What could be the problem? Oh my god, guys, look at it. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I need to put this inside the p tag, like a paragraph here. Guys, I'm going to open the p tag here, and I'm going to close the p tag here. So I guess I need to put it inside that p tag, the block. What is the problem? But let me check it well. PHP echo PIR is on this. So then in my index, guys, let me pause this video and see what's going on. So guys, I think it has to do with some spelling error. What I had to do first was to try to use include instead of require, and that solved the problem. I saw the output, but I had to come back and change it to require. So maybe at the point of typing, sometimes you wouldn't know. Maybe there's some spaces or something that's programming for you. Sometimes you'll be saying something that this is correct, but you have to delete and maybe put that same thing back again in words. So that's just it, guys. I've changed it back to require, and you can see the path is showing me for my include, telling me that my footer is in this web directory, but whereas my index, okay, I could do something like this. Let me make it more fun by writing something here in my p tag. Let me do something else. Let me see what I could do here. I could say the index file is index file directory is, let me see what happens here, guys. Can you see this, guys? So that's just it. Same thing with this, the folder. Okay guys, so that ends this. In the next tutorial I will be showing you some advanced way of using this PHP dir magic constant. Okay, that has made life easier. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this, and if you do, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Okay, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.